Beautiful
Yeah,
stuff.
indeed, brother. Again, that scheduled here on Friday, presented by the US Army. And again, that game fuel marquee match coming up later on today, Huntsman versus Subline, is going to be fun. But there's a lot of games to be played over the course of the weekend. Seattle versus Guerrillas coming up in the second spot there. Actually, that for me is another interesting one. Neither team having the greatest successes so far in the league. They can possibly turn that around now, but it's going to take a little bit of love. But up first, friends, let's get into this one. It is going to, of course, be the London Royal Ravens making their triumphant return here in the Call of Duty League, going up against Atlanta FaZe. Last time we saw Atlanta, Phil, back in Atlanta, dipped out in the semis. Now that they're wounded, what are we going to be expecting from these rosters?
I mean, we've seen obviously Atlanta make maybe a little change, but a couple of keys to victory in regards to the Royal Ravens. I think these guys have made a change. I think they introduced Shawnee on social media this morning, but a brand new roster. It feels like focus on the little things. Of course, shout out to Nameless for all these keys to victory and stay composed. And I think composed is the key here because you're going up against what people still class as the best team in the game, even though these guys are sat in what, fifth. These are the people that people look at and go, these are the most fearsome players. These are the guys that you really want to watch out for. But that's for the London Royal Ravens. On the flip side of things, of course, FaZe, I believe they've made a little bit of a role change. Now, of course, it's revolving around Celium and Major Maniac. But they've lost 2 Hardpoint, both to Rocker, and that's their only loss. Focus on Hardpoint organization and get more production out of their kills. And I think what we mean by this really is just to kind of elaborate is these guys are slaying so heavily, they should be maybe winning by 100, 150 points, and they're not. They're winning by 80, 90. And yes, a win is a win. FaZe are awesome. Can they be even better? Maybe. But keep your eyes out for that little role change, of course, with Celium and Major Maniac. I think, again, just kind of touch on Celium, is probably one of the best assault rifle players in the world. And he can really bring the thunder to this roster. So both teams excited to see what they've got. But Shawnee, you've got a big task, my friend.
He really does, indeed. We'll have a quick look at that US Air Force quickscope for the upcoming series as well. But yeah, Phil, I think his Celium's team, you know, on the FaZe certainly think he's one of the best AR players in the world. And if he can bring up some big results here, what a worthy adjustment that would have been for the squad. We're going to be seeing Major Maniac more in those rotations, which is going to be a lot of fun. But that quickscope again, London, 40 points to the 90 of Atlanta, Phil. Nothing crazy here, but it's the record that these teams have against each other, which is quite interesting. FaZe have beaten London 3-1 so far. This could be a nice redemption for the London boys.
It could be. I do struggle to see how they go about that, if I'm being completely honest. And the reason is obviously FaZe is such a strong roster. They're good in every single game mode. You can see the match record 8-1, their game record 26-7. They've racked up an incredible 90 CDL points. And London, I think, have been that team which has been on the brink of breaking the top 5. But they've been also at times been on the brink of breaking into the bottom 4. And they're sat right now in the middle of the pack. But I think that they've made an adjustment to their roster. We've individuals like Savwuskin can be top 3 in the game at times. They have the capability, but a lot of pressure on them, a whole continent kind of watching these guys. But they're going to be going into an interesting game number 1. It is, of course, going to be Hardpoint, I believe, on Azir Cave, presented by the US Air Force. But Miles, if needed, we're going to be going all the way to that game 5. We've got a double dose of Ramaza.
That's a lot of Ramaza, mate. That really is. That second map is going to be an interesting one as well. Arklov Peak, Search and Destroy. We have not seen that much Arklov Peak in the CDL thus far. Very, very excited to see how that one goes down. In quite a large map, you have to be seeing players make a lot of decisive runs here because it's very big and we don't have a lot of time to work with in these rounds. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Expect snipers on that one. And of course, Hardpoint on Hackney Yard is going to be a fun one on that map, number 3 as well. We're almost ready, friends, as we are being told to get into this game. Very, very excited indeed. And looky.
Whoa.
There's the squads. Everyone's vibing. The Marshall brothers are having a good bit of a vibe there on screen. The rest of his team looking very calm and focused indeed. On the other side, though, for FaZe, everyone's looking pretty chill. Everyone's looking good and very relaxed. Now, we'll say, god damn, Simp's getting hairy as well as a Beezy. Look at this. Everyone's growing here in quarantine, mate.
I was going to say, I think Abiz has grown 2 inches of height with that hair. Look at that. Priest all last. And I tell you what, we've seen a lot of FaZe on social media. Obviously, the widespread of Warzone, these guys have been putting in time on the game. Same goes for the likes of Wuskin. Everyone putting a lot of time into Call of Duty. And honestly, it's just amazing to see. That's something that I will support to the very end. And, these rosters, when you start to see these players get into it, I think Wuskin and Scraps have got the same tunes going on at the same time. Wuskin is having an absolute party. I watched a clip of Scraps. I actually watched a bit of London Royal Ravens YouTube, and these guys were showing the highlights, and it was just Scraps putting his controller down and having a party in his apartment, it sounded like. But Miles, all jokes aside, it looks like we're getting into this one, and this has just made me even more excited, right?
I just think the attitude from the players. I know that the London players have been so excited to get back into actual games here in the league. They've been what feels like away for a very, very long time, and I know they'll be keen to get in that one. And again, I've brought this up many times across the various platforms we talk across. The bias will be very much kept to a minimum. London, of course, being my birth city. But again, this is going to be one hell of a series, friends. Let's get well and truly into this one. London Royal Ravens going up against Atlanta FaZe. The first map, the first series here of the Chicago home series. And let's get into this one. Phil, London, of course, in the blue. Atlanta will be in the red.
Yeah, certainly so. And on screen, it is going to be Priest kicking things off. Grenade right over the top here to see whether it can connect with anything. We'll have to wait and see. But all in all, we are going to see FaZe spawn on the quote-unquote preferred side. They're not going to want to push in too deep of this, of course, holding the line. Now, Miles, as this opening breaks goes down, this is just, it just feels weird. We've not seen FaZe or London playing so long. It is so nice to see these back on the screen.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. I mean, again, the slight changes. We touched upon it in the pre-show, but if you just joined us, we do have a roster change for the London Royal Ravens, rated out Shawnee in. A slight adjustment, of course, for the team, but hey, we'll see how we fare so far. Early points towards London, but a real battle taking place goes out on the first hard point. Look to see FaZe lock down that right-hand side of the map. See those red arrows, just trying to watch every possible avenue on the way into the hard point. While London may be accumulating this time, this will soon dissipate into nothing as FaZe will take that next hard point in the next 15 seconds.
Seconds looking like it will go to London. So a nice break, and again, sometimes you'll split this middle, but London will take the majority of that as we jump on board with a BZ looking, trying to sniff out that one player, and he will do. That's going to be Dylan who goes down. An important, crucial kill here to make on the flank. Now, FaZe might be down by 30, but they have the rotation, they have the spawns. They don't have the hard point, though. London breaking through the front, and Scraps already 5 kills to his name, 3 in a row. And again, keep your eyes on Shawnee. New kid on the block here. Not necessarily new, but new to the roster. We'll have to see how he fits in. But Priester, Abizi, breaking in from the back. Trying to get just point number 2 at this point on the board here. FaZe a little slow off the start, maybe. Yeah, pause for a second. We're seeing a spawn trap. These guys are holding cave but pushing up to well. FaZe just kind of changing the game here a little bit. We don't see that too often, and the soccer field was, of course, held by FaZe for there. But we do see a break at the right time coming in here for the Royal Ravens. Now, they are getting outslayed. You see that early on, and one of the keys to victory that Nameless kind of pointed out was Atlanta FaZe, they get the kills. We all know that. We love that. But they need to capitalize and get those points as well. So keep that in mind. BZ is going to find himself jumping off the map, I believe, there. But as an overview here, the smoke will surround that hard point, and these players pushing forward. A very close opening. As we get into the third hard point over here at the soccer field, 20 seconds remain as we do start to see that rotation towards the cave here. Yeah, thinking 1-2 steps ahead, but he's going to be met by a wild Simp, and Simp versus Jerd goes the way of Jerd, and he'll be rewarded with not only the kill, but maybe the pressure to put on FaZe, maybe a couple of pinch, but he goes over to Cobble here as the remainder of the 15 seconds going down. Still uncontested right now as one member of FaZe number 6, I believe, Major Maniac, just putting the pressure on here. But an impressive start, I will say, from the London Royal Ravens. These guys, of course, lighting up the kill feed now, getting hot under the collar, and I tell you what, these guys have been itching to play. You see them on social media talking about it. Can they take the lead here? 70 to 73 as we go over towards the cliff path now. Dylan pushing forward, a pinch coming in from Jerd, and just like that, the Ravens taking control. A reload will have to go down for Dylan, but the kill will follow. And now, time to jump in that hard point, but no, the explosion of the Semtex coming through. Back and forth here. Someone's got to get some points later on. Okay, going into this one as well, the map and mode combination, it actually favored London a little bit. Both of these teams have played it 3 times. One loss for Atlanta. We know that, of course, was to Minnesota. London have taken out Florida, New York, and Toronto on this map and mode combination. So a strong one for them. Don't overlook that here as London feel confident in game number 1. With 45 seconds, though, still left on this middle hard point here. It's not about the scrap time right now. It is clearly the FaZe boys pushing out. The dead silence has been popped from Abizi and trying to get, of course, that rotation on towards the cave, and it's looking very, very strong. This has actually been the first, maybe, I don't want to say dominant, but the first 20-30 seconds where FaZe has really kind of taken control and just put the Ravens on their back foot, but it's not going to be for too long as we do see the breakthrough on towards the cave. Priester cleaning up those kills, a 5-kill streak for Major Maniac.
Oh, there we go. I don't think my mic is working right now, so if you can hear me, you can. If you can't, you can't. Phil, you might have to just carry this one, brother. Okay.
Well, I believe maybe Miles's microphone is out, and it looks like you guys will be joining me once again for a bit of solo casting. You guys didn't hate it last time, and hopefully you won't hate it this time. As we see a double coming in from Simp and Celium. They do break on through. We saw them continue the dominance from the middle of the map towards this, but Jerd coming in from behind. Sneaky does take down Abizi as well. Wuskin with a team kill on it to his twin brother as Jerd falls to Priester. It's chaos within the cave. And I will say, normally we talk about this hill as the money hill. And one thing that London have done so well is just keep FaZe off of it. However, down by 50 points here, Wuskin. One of the top assault rifles, and that's why, as he tags Celium into the face there, 25 seconds looking favorable for FaZe to take this. And when all said and done, when you look at the bigger picture, take a breath, you do see FaZe starting to break away from the Ravens. A triple kill coming in from Major Maniac with the M4 as we rotate over to the soccer field. Major Maniac finds another 5-kill streak. He is on an incredible game right now. 22-12 with a positive 10 and a 6 streak. This is something Major Maniac we've not seen in a while, and he was kind of the one on the stat sheet that really didn't shine, but we try and sort Miles' microphone out. You guys are going to have to stick with me. He's laughing. I don't know whether you can hear it. I'm laughing, baby. Finds it funny. Simp finds a triple. Abizi finds one, and Dylan the only one to answer back here for the London Royal Ravens, but they're being outslayed heavily. Jerd, -10. We see Dylan as well, down by 8. Shawnee down by 3. The slaying is certainly in the hands of Simp. Oh my goodness, Simp pistols going down, and Simp 7 streak. Dead silence still popped. This man is a maniac, and a 60-point lead is looking good for FaZe, but Simp once again, whether it's online, this man does not stop, and I tell you what, he is making a name for himself. The first year in Call of Duty, he won pretty much everything, and now he's just trying to do the same online. 15 seconds contested on the soccer field, but it is going to be Major Maniac who finally falls. But guess who's rotated early? Guess who's over by the cave? It is FaZe.
I can guess, Phil. I can guess it's FaZe, because I can see the minimap. And I think you can hear me now, friends. That's what we're talking about, boys and girls.
Welcome back, Miles.
Mate, that Simp kill was ideal. Pistols up. We saw Major Maniac getting a 6 spree, and London have just started to be slowed down in a big way. Simp, though, almost finding the 3rd there, but Wuskin just about managing to get the kill. She scraps and take it back. They're twins. You can let that one slide. But this hard point is looking very FaZe friendly right now as the positions are locked. They have both angles covered here on the front push. Now you're going to try to see something in from the rear, but it's not going to work out. Jerd's going to make these kills so decisively, and it's not quite going to happen. Wuskin now pushing his way in through the front of the desk. He's got to find, what, 3, maybe 4 kills under the FaZe players here to battle for this final 30 seconds. Phil, it's good to be back.
Oh, well, welcome back. I'm glad to have you. I tell you what, I don't know if my voice can take continuous solo casting, but I tell you what, it all started to heat up when you weren't there, Miles. So you might have to take another break, and if that's what happens, that's what happened. 60-point lead here coming in for FaZe. 10 seconds left, and the scrap time will go for them. But I will say the Ravens, they have a good position on the map now to maybe bring back a couple of points on the next one. Shawnee's going to be shutting down Simp. And as we see this rotation down, they've got full coverage now of the little hut. Jerd, of course, just out by the rocks on his lonesome. A very well-known spot where you've got to check it once, check it twice. Smoke going down as well. Kill feed for scraps for Ravens. Shawnee doesn't finish the kill. Don't play with your food. Just finish it.
True, joining the group. Does find that kill going down. Jerd's on that left flank, doing what he can. Finds the first on a Priester. Again, just trying to buy that time for his team. This is good time for London. But again, Jerd's position here, it's an obvious one, but it's still a goodie. Oh, wow! Beezy just cuts right through the front middle. Simp's going to find those kills as well, and just like that, the hardpoint is looking shaky. It's weak at the knees, and Scraps may have been the last leg of the table that falls. That could be it. FaZe have broken on through to the hardpoint. Priester now driving that front line forward. Oh boy, with that M4 in hand, just ripping his way through the Ravens as 200 points have been crossed over. FaZe, once again, absolute devastation here from Priester in the opening hardpoint. Brilliant stuff from FaZe.
Absolutely incredible stuff. I know the observers can hear me. I want to see some of those stats, baby. I believe Simp is about to hit 40 kills. And I will say, there's plenty more still available on the map as well. He's 39 and 28. This man, welcome back to the CDL. I've missed you, Chrysler. You're one of a kind by all means, but Major Maniac, Priester, Celium, Abizi, these 5 players are incredible when you put them on the same team. It just seems like chemistry at its finest. Simp with the MP5 doesn't get the long range onto Scraps there as London Royal Ravens, they will try and keep on going. 30 seconds left, Miles. They are not out of it yet. They are being outslayed, but this is exactly, and I say for the 3rd time, what Names was talking about. These guys can slay and slay and slay. They need to maybe pick up a couple more points because the Ravens aren't out of this. They're down by 45, but it's only 45 points. We go into the cave next, and the Ravens are actually in control of that.
Yeah, Ravens in control. One of the stranger things about this hardpoint again is there's 39 seconds of game time left. So when you're outside of the hardpoint, that game clock will tick down. Scraps admirably holding down the cliff path. Doing what he can to keep these players back. Shorty can't quite find much on the flank. Waskin's up top by sandbags, and you called it, Phil. We have got the Ravens in control of Cave East. Scraps still holding the line down. Can he find another kill? He does get the shots through to Major Maniac. The London Royal Ravens have not let this go just yet. Stuns going through there on the underpass. Now Matty Marshall getting a bit hungry, starting to heat things up. The hardpoint still retained in the hands of London as they cross over 206 now. This is getting a lot closer, Phil.
It certainly is. As you were talking there, quick maths, and I know that has changed right now, but it was a 25 kill lead here for FaZe, and that 50-point lead is absolutely nothing right now. The Ravens are about to take control. Celium and co pushing through the front, but it's Wuskin who deals the damage. 3 kills back to back, make it 4. As Wuskin with the M4, it's his buddy, it's his almost 3rd brother, it feels like, as this one does not leave his arm. 32 and 25 for him, a 5-kill streak now as Scrap starts to bring the heat. He's 36 and 34, and the Ravens, they're in control. They've got positioning here on the cave, but they've got to rotate, and that is where FaZe are set up at the soccer field. This is, again, a prime example of FaZe picking up such early kills, but not closing out the game here just yet.
They can get it done here, though. Here we go for FaZe. Simp cracks over 45 kills in a hardpoint matchup. There's even more to his name. 46. If they win it here, this is a good look for them. But still, the scoreline is so close. London on the back line. They push through. Right into Priest, who once again puts a multi-kill into the backpack. That's huge from him. Keeps the back locked down. The clock still ticking as London have to make a clean break here. 10 seconds for the win now. Celium, he's the last player in the hardpoint. Shawnee can't get the kill. It's now 5 for the win. FaZe, they're looking to get it done. You gotta push. You gotta push.
49.
London can't get it done. It is over. 250 to 234, and FaZe with a record-slaying game there. They just about managed to close it out versus London. It's good to have these teams back in the league.
Incredible, Miles. I remember screaming and shouting 31, 32, 33 for Octane and getting excited. Right at the end there, Sim jumps on the big gun in the middle of soccer field, and it's 47, 48, 49. He had a minute of hill time, 6,700 score for the man, 36 deaths as well. Sim... 49 kills. He had 15 more kills than anyone on his team. Oh my word. And 12 more kills than anyone in the lobby. Amazing stuff, but I go back to the point. With that on your team, you've got to be winning. even more. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. Name
It's
the score
hard to.
perfectly.
I don't want to criticize FaZe, but if there's anything, that's the only thing.
You are right, though, Phil. You're totally right, dude. If you're getting that many kills, you should be winning that map by maybe 60, 70 points, but possibly even 100. That could be a 100-point club game at that point in time for FaZe. Like, there's just something wrong with the way they're playing those hard points if you're getting that many kills and it's not quite working out.
Madness to say the least. However, with that game done, dusted, an emotional one, I will say for myself, I lost Miles. I was rejoined a little later on. We then found a record-breaking Hardpoint, and overall, just a bit of a mind-blowing Game 1, Series 1 of the Chicago home series. I am a little bit speechless after that, and we're, what, 20 minutes into a broadcast, probably?
About 20, I think, brother. I'm not quite sure, but it's been a good one. It's been a good one so far. The Chicago home series has not disappointed yet. I can hear all sorts of crazy things going around my building right now. I think people are cheering for healthcare workers, I think. We're a little early for that one, but I do appreciate it. We're almost ready to roll into map number 2, Search Phil, our club peak. Real excited to get into that one. If I'm coming through, good. If I'm not, hey, friends, these things happen. We're on the internet. But Phil, apart from the kills department, I mean, have you got any comments to make on the London squad and how they look?
Yeah, again, we pointed out London rotated early towards the hut, and that's where we were, and I was kind of going crazy hype over this FaZe squad, and I just thought for a second, hang on, they're 50 points down, they've got absolutely no rotation, London are set up, and that's where we started to see Scraps, I believe, and maybe Dylan just on the backside, just push them back. They got right back into it, and it was almost kind of like a throwback to... historic name, I know, Red Reserve. These guys won hardpoint after hardpoint when they were down and out slayed. We have some core members, obviously, on this team from that squad, and it feels like slaying it is a huge part of hardpoint, but it's not every part of hardpoint. You can win, by all means, without picking up every single kill. And I tell you what, the FaZe roster on that graphic is like baby FaZe. Then you jump to their webcams with all their facial hair, and my goodness, these guys are growing up quick in quarantine.
Oh, they're growing up right before
Miles, that beard, by the way.
I know, right? Look at the size of it. It is huge right now. Yep.
It's getting there, bro. I'm not going to lie to you. By the end of this quarantine, I'm going to be looking like Gandalf. Thanks very much, Nameless, for that tweet, brother. We do have our scuff play of the game coming up in just a moment. It was, of course, going to be Sim. The man is an absolute machine, and I think at 49 kills, he's going to be very disappointed not to have broken the 50. I believe the first 50 we would have seen. He actually holds the current kill record. I do declare. Scump's previous event, obviously, in the Dallas home series, he did what he could there. But, mate, Simp, what an animal, Phil. What more can we say about this young superstar?
This is a man who broke into the scene on the Academy of E United, the amateur side of things. He won, you know, the open bracket. We saw him then, you know, promoted what it seemed like to the E United roster, then wins the playoffs, then wins the World Championship. He's ticked off bucket list after bucket list within 12 months of playing Call of Duty in the professional scene. I know he's obviously been playing a lot longer than that, but now he continues his next journey with FaZe. You know, he's already won a chip. He's already won it at his homestand, and he just continues to dominate, and it feels like he's found another team that he can do that with. I love the cohesion between all of them. The chemistry seems great, and the only criticism that I have for FaZe is they should be winning by more. Like, how is that a criticism? I don't know, but like, that's the only thing I've got to say. They're great, but they should be winning by bigger margins. That's it. That's all I got, Miles.
I totally get that, man. And another question I have for a player like Sim, someone who's had so much success so early on in their career, the accolades are already there, back-to-back MVPs, world champion in his very first championship event. When does he run out of gas? At what point does ambition sort of fall out of his day-to-day, you know, like he's already proven himself to be one of the greatest players in the world currently, but at what point does he go, I'm going to be one of the greatest players of all time, and I'm going to keep up this pace, and I'm going to keep going and keep going and keep going? At what point does he wake up and he go out of bed, he's like, I'm already the best, why do I need to clock in today?
See, I think you've gone through different eras of Call of Duty by all means. You look at the likes of Clayster and Crimsix, you know, these guys are 27, 28 years old. These guys have almost a decade on top of the likes of Simp. Simp has that same hunger, that same desire as Clayster did when he was 18, 19 years old, and even younger. And he's been dying to get into this scene, obviously, you know, maybe held back from his age. You know, he wasn't able to compete. And now that he's finally able to and he's flourishing, I don't think we see this kind of go away. I think, you know, he can't, well, I say he can't. It's very hard for a player to stay at his level for a decade straight. You know, he might have dips and flows in his career, but I definitely see this guy year after year competing at the top. This is too much talent to kind of to lose. But We're talking about one player in Sim. The exact same applies to Abizi, to Priester, to Celium, to Major Maniac. Excuse me, I'm hitting my microphone. But yeah, this is a wild roster which really can just keep on getting better and better. So excited to see it. But Miles, say it again, they should be winning by more. And I've got to credit Royal Ravens for hanging in there. That was a very close series.
A very close series indeed. Here we go into the second map of the series. Search and Destroy on Arcloth Peak. Can FaZe keep the run going in this tournament? London up first. Whoever's up next, we'll see. But again, after that loss in Los Angeles to Minnesota in the semifinals there, a shock to many, me included. What do they got here at the Chicago home series? Are they comfortable from the likes of their own home? Will that complacency, maybe the pressure gets them a little bit? But hey, Search is going to be a fun one. I'm very excited for this one, Phil. Snipers galore, brother. Arclove Peak, them lines of sight. Come on, let's go. We now dive into our second map of that series, Search and Destroy Arclove Peak, and I do declare it does look like exactly what you'd be expecting. Waskins should be running that sniper for London. And still, at the same time, on the other side of the board, we could be using Sim using a sniper. Yeah, Waskin there for London. Sim on the other side of the board may well be the player we see running with that sniper. Here we go. Slow rotation as the players making their way towards, looks like middle of the map, trying to tease out those pushes towards bottom B. Not able to find anything there. Shots at Major Maniac. Standout player again when it comes to Search and Destroy. And Simp sadly finds Waskins and his teammate. That is going to be an unfortunate trade. At the very much the wrong end of the barrel there. And Simp now with that kill, he will be having to pick up bomb. He will have to move that one forward. The people have lost moment for the first time. So you're going to have a bit of miles now as he solo casts his way through what will be a very, very exciting Search and Destroy. FaZe with a slight advantage for now. As Jerd just tries to peek his way around these corners. He's got BZ right below him. No dead silence to work with for Jerd. He's running trophies right now. The bomb is still literally on the B time for Jerd. Ideal. Shots are there. Not able to quite get the kill though. Now needs to wait for the reinforcements to show up. Scraps straight in on bomb site. A little slow off the trigger there. Will find the kill. Making it a 2v2. Gotta watch the push though. FaZe have the outside control. Here comes Simp on a cheeky peek and very much deserved. Finds the kill. 1v3 right now. Jerd, the last player left alive. A kill out in the open there, but for how long will he be able to stay alive? Nice bit of maneuvering here. 2 minutes to play with. But very tough scenes for Jerd. He gets the kill. One more player on the bomb. He's going to go for the immediate defuse. Celium checks the bomb, and he's going to make it an easy round. Atlanta FaZe will take the first. But boy, not without a little bit of drama. What Phil would be thinking of that? He'd be saying something like, oh, you know, Celium just got to check the bomb, you know, not a problem for him. So exciting stuff, you know, Jerd, great job from him there, lovely kills. Nice bit of work with the pistol, but at the same time, now you've got to be seeing these players go back again. Will Simp find a snipe onto his teammate again now in the second round? I don't know, Phil, but we'll find out in just a moment, brother. If we have the adaptation now that we've got London on offense, very, very likely we will still see Waskin snipe. There's literally no reason not to at this point in time. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But we haven't really had too much time here. And I have got an update from Mr. Whitfield himself. The internet in his complex has gone down, so I think you will be running with me for at least a little bit, friends. And I do appreciate this one. I hope you're sat comfortably. Someone who's certainly not comfortable right now is going to be Abizi as he finds himself an early grave. We'll see you in round 3 as Scraps finds that open kill. It's like pushing towards A now for London. They haven't quite bit off more than they can chew yet. Trying to find Waskins there with that snipe. Simp not running a snipe this round on the defense, but that smoke's going to call the play. Frags are up. A good cook. Jerd finds a kill onto Priest as well, so that's going to be a nice advantage here for London to work with. Celium still backing up towards the B, and it's an immediate adaptation. He's made the read, though. If he can find a kill here on the Jerd, this is a brilliant spot to be in for Celium. Can he capitalise on this one? Brilliantly done. The bomb didn't go down either. The nade comes through. Scraps wins his 1v1. Slight moment of reprieve now for Scraps. He's able to find another kill on this bomb site. He's got no idea that player on the other side of the door. Here comes the break. Scraps wins the next one. Simp now finding himself in a 1 versus 3 situation. That is a brilliant turn of events there for London. Big fan of that play. But I will say, for FaZe, 1 or 2 gunfights go the other way. And that round was theirs because the reads were still on point. The reads were still there for FaZe. They managed to pick up on the adaptation towards B very quickly, despite all the attention and all the noise and smokes and nades, you name it, going on towards that long A trench. So, there we have it. Around a piece. Momo, what have you got to say? You know, I just think both these teams are so great. There's a lot of fences in this game, and you know, if I were in this game with you, Miles, I'd probably be sitting on one of them. I know, Phil. I love you dearly, brother. I hope the internet gets back up soon, and I truly hope that the stream is enjoying this. It will be another very, very exciting Search and Destroy round. Right off the rip, Atlanta now making their way towards A, and it looks very aggressive. I don't think there's any backing down now on Shawnee. He knows that. First kill on the Priester. Right on the wrap, there was a BZ. Ooh, big shots there, right on top of Scraps. He's going to find that kill, even the level playing field at the moment. Dylan yet to get involved here in the search and destroying the kills department. The man on your screen right now, but he may just be able to do that as he catches a little bit of noise. He does find the kill. Beautiful shot from Wuskins. Really putting FaZe in a tough situation right now. Only 2 of them remaining, Celium and Abizi. 2v4 situation with 45 seconds left on the clock. London have essentially full map control right now. They've got eyes on both the A-bomb site, and they've got players watching the cross through the middle, so that no one is really able to make the move in towards B. And Wuskin with another blinder right there on the Celium. BZ's going to do what he can now to possibly level out the kills in this round, but I don't think it's going to really amount to much with less than 30 seconds now remaining on the clock. A BZ in a very, very difficult position. Can Wuskins potentially now find his 3rd snipe of the round? Eyes on their bomb. Very much floating there. And a tag, he's going to be annoyed with that one, but the nade can come through. His teammates can now flood that one again. Brilliant stuff. I believe Wuskins got it with the nade. His 3rd kill of the round. And that's why we've been giving Wuskins so much praise recently. This game has certainly been him. Oh no, it was Shawnee's nade. I take it all back. It was a Semtex. Perfect positioning. A BZ, he may have fought valiantly, but it was not going to work out. Still no Momo friends, but I'm here. I'm not here, Miles, but you know what? I'm here in spirit. I love you, Miles. I know, Phil. I know. Here we go into another round. For London, solid defensive work though. FaZe, they've been somewhat slowed down, and this is an interesting turn. I mean, we've been talking about how FaZe's Search and Destroy has been stellar for such a long time. But right now, they've been stunted somewhat by London still. The playbook is very deep. And Simp now with that sniper position, just overwatching that A site again. Wuskins has backed down slightly. I wonder if he'll retain the fight here. Or if he'll reposition and try to find something at B. Shawnee, ambitious. Pays off for him. Finds one immediate trade out there from Priest. Just a little bit too ambitious, if you'd say. Finds himself out in the open, but London does not slow down whatsoever. They are making the play forward. Scraps is going to eat that entire concussion. Simp takes care of Joe with a snipe. Oh boy, what a wallbang that was. Incredible instincts there from Simp. 40 seconds now remaining. The push in towards B has been halted now by that powerful sniper from FaZe. Dylan making his way right through middle. He has dead silence to work with. Just about managed to grab the bomb from the top of that roof there. So now he's managed to get himself in a position to make something happen here. Right on B. Tags through. There's the wall bang. Plenty of damage to be found. With that door open though, the snipe could have come through. Nice adaptation from London here. They've managed to play the bait perfectly. The attention all went towards that B site. 2 members of FaZe now on the site. 1 member is, I believe it's Celium, who's way out back. Major Maniac, the last bastion here for FaZe, on towards that A site. The bomb has not gone down yet. A few seconds ago, and that was a brilliant kill from Major Maniac. He may have just sealed the round. Exceptional stuff from FaZe. Top stuff from them there. They managed to keep themselves in this one. And a quick update from Phil, from Momo, ladies and gentlemen. Hey up, Mars. I'm just resetting my internet, mate. Should be back in a minute. He has a full outage, friends. His entire, I believe the internet's entire complex has gone down, but 2-2 now for London versus FaZe. If you just joined us in the series, FaZe took the first hard point. It was a real good one. 49 kills to Sim, setting the individual record right now, but the Search and Destroy continues. And it has been a fun one so far. God, I do like Arc Love Peak. I wish we saw more of it here in the CDL, but nonetheless. Looks like a B push now with that bomb for FaZe, Sim for that top position. Snipes up. Not able to find a whole lot just yet. Shawnee finds the opening kill onto a BZ as he aggressively pushes through. Shawnee with a second. And Shawnee, an incredibly aggressive push here. He finds potentially the 3rd. Priest has just slipped right past him, Shawnee. He prayed to the COD gods this morning and they have blessed him with 3 kills this round. From a very ambitious position there in the middle of the map. Now Major Maniac on your screen as he slowly but surely pushes his way forward. Nice reposition here to the bottom of the trench. Not seen as he crossed over there, so he may be able to find a kill here. And again, crouch walking through this part of the map is still dangerous. He's still those heavy boots through that wet mud. If these players' games are clear and their audio is crisp, they will be able to hear something. Shout out to Astro, and oh boy, Major Maniac is moving forward. Possibly a bit anxious on the trigger there. Lets it out a little early, and now the play from FaZe developing through mid-map. Shawnee finds his 4th kill. If he gets Major Maniac, that's the full ace. Last player left alive now for his team. 20 seconds left on the clock. Can Major Maniac take a few with him? Tags are there, and that's going to be it. Shawnee, what a round from him. As London find their third. Phil is still resetting that internet. He may be back with us soon, actually. I'm not quite sure. But Phil, tell us about what you eat here, Phil. Oh, I just love Grubhub. I've eaten so much sushi in the last 24 hours. You wouldn't believe it. Absolutely amazing stuff. Sushi is my favorite. I love sushi. I love burritos. I love chicken wings. Okay, Phil, that's enough of that, mate. We're back into the game. Sorry, Miles. It's okay, Phil. Don't worry, mate. All good, brother. Technical issues happen. It's all good. If anyone's wondering, no, it's not really, Phil. It's me doing a terrible impersonation. My dear friend and co-worker. Double nade up over the top, straight into the trophies now as FaZe mount an aggressive defense towards A. Shawnee, can he repeat the success of his last round? No, but he does get a nade onto a BZ. Unfortunate trade there, though. That's tricky. Scraps now from the shadows emerges, finds a quick kill there onto Sim, and now the sort of challenge here from Major Maniac in that back position by Truck and Fence there. Great spot to be in. Scraps playing it very, very patiently. London with a very slight advantage here. What can they find? Dylan, 3, catches the top of that player's head. Does manage to find the kill. A little bit of a jitter there as he gets it going. 30 seconds left now on the bomb, Selim's last player left alive, and London with another very solid round, and he's in a difficult situation. This is the Alamo for Selim. If he can get a kill, that's unbelievable, but hey, doesn't quite work out for him. 4-2 now as London find their second round in a row. Nothing is going to work so far, and Scraps this low trench position. He managed to find the opening kill on the player on the bomb site after the trades from Shawnee in mid-map, and he does what he can to stay alive there, be the real nuisance. He catches Major Maniac in the 1v1 and then wins out there against Cell. Nice stuff there. Whew. This is a good search and destroy, Phil. You're really missing this one. I know, mate. I'm just resetting my internet and thinking all about the Grubhub codes I've got and all the lovely food I'm eating. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum. My name, no, I've got a six-pack. I know, Phil. You put it on Instagram every day. Here we go, boys and girls, into another round of this search. And I will say, for all it's worth, Priester was such a devastating opponent for London in that hard point. But here in the search and destroy 1 and 4, I was about to give Major Maniac the same sort of treatment, but he throws an absolute pinch there up over the top and catches that player out by the A-bomb site to start this round off in a BZ. Nice kills there onto Scraps as well. So the defense for London is starting to crumble here. A site looking a little thin. They have to pull these man. They're actually pulling Jerd back in from B as he now transitions across into towards A. Major Maniac, have you got any more in the tank? Smokes out towards that back end as the bomb goes down. And now Simp with that, but whoa, Simp with the snipe catches Waskin. That was a delightful shot. Shawnee now on the aggression, trying to retake the site pretty much alone. He has to watch out for the snipe while allowing his teammate to get forward. 3v2 retake. Shawnee and Jerd now for London. 30 seconds on the clock. FaZe have got the numbers. Simp trying to find something dirty, and he does. He's a filthy boy. Quarantine is clearly not keeping up with the personal hygiene, but Shawnee bounces back. He's trying to find something more here. 15 seconds. He's got to be incredibly decisive here on the bot. If he can find Simp, that's great, but he has to keep the kills coming very fast. And there it is. The trade comes through. It's a bait and switch. Atlanta winning a round that they absolutely should have been winning from the start to finish. Solid work from them between the opening kill from the nade from Major Maniac to the continued pressure and the exceptional bait and switch on the bomb site there at A. Brilliant stuff from FaZe. And it does help Simp hitting those dirty shots. Without those dirty shots, maybe goes a little differently. You don't lose Waskin snipe for London or down at the other end of the trench. It may have gone another way, but hey, shoulda, woulda, coulda. What a search this is. London still with a 1-point lead. And here we go. London on the offense. We're watching Simp just position himself now on the defense with that HDR sniper. Dual zoom and DD. Take notes, friends at home. Shawnee heavily tagged, but he makes his way through middle now. Incredibly aggressive. He and Abizi have been jostling over that mid-map position all map long. It's Abizi who wins this one. Now Waskin top blue as he tries to find something with that snipe. And Priest is looking like he's making a bit of an aggressive flank now as he tries to wrap around this offensive push from London. Shots come through. London has to reposition now. Celium pounces. Great spot to be in. Gives FaZe the advantage for the time being. BZ continues the success. So the mid-map presence from London has been absolutely thwarted. About as bad as that nade from Abizi. Simp, though, all in his lonesome here, still watching towards that A site. True patience. Not hungry, not aggressive, going for those kills. Instead, just lying in wait, playing his role in the team. It It may be the bane of Jerd right now, as Jerd does what he can to slowly creep forward in towards that A site alone. Watkins has to do what he can to catch these players as they transition across, and oh boy, Simp, the ever watchful, very vigilant play from him there. That was very decisive, and London, the clipped wings right there by the Atlanta FaZe boys, they just had absolutely no answer whatsoever in that round. Decisive stuff from FaZe from start to finish. Mid-map presence, complete control there. London lost a lot of lives early on, and then when left with little decisions to be made, Simp lands another disgusting shot, and Waskins, easy pickings right now. I've got a tweet from Momo just saying, don't worry, nobody knows I'm gone. It's true, Miles. It's the two of us right now, mate. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about, Miles. Oh, Miles, you're so good at this. Thank you, Phil. I really appreciate it, brother. No, mate, really, I truly... I'd take a bullet for you, Miles, Phil. Let's not get there, mate. We don't need to do that. But let's play some Warzone maybe later tonight after the games. How about that, mate? That'll be great. I love it. When you play Warzone with me, Miles, you get so many kills. Okay, Phil, back to the game, mate. Minute 10 now on the clock. As Simp continues almost to find his exceptional work here. But I will say, Shawnee, 10 and 5. That mid-map battle, he's really been raking in the points there. And this is a little different look now from FaZe on the offense. Two players out by the church, sort of far top north of the map. Now Celia makes his way across, looking towards a B push maybe if they can find kills. London's defense very, very well spread. They've got mid-map covered, two players towards A. That looked like possibly a snipe. I didn't quite hear how many shots went through, but Selim now in a very difficult situation, back on up. FaZe have got to rethink the play. See that defensive hold from London. They're really watching the back well, and Beezy just found a very, very small opening there. Catches Waskins out. 30 seconds now, FaZe, you've got to get going. There's one player left on the A-bomb site. It's going to be Scraps alone. Dylan watches the cross through middle. But I think Scraps is going to be the key play here. Scraps finds one on the Priester. Dylan now backing on up. Abizi trying to find these kills in mid-map as well. Slow and steady now as they crouch on towards that A-bomb site. FaZe, 12 seconds to go. You have to make something happen here. And there it is from Abizi. Another kill. Do they have time to get on the bomb? Simp with a perfect pinch. There it is. They're going to be able to get the bomb down. Did they get the time? Jerd's last player left alive. Oh my god, it was as close as it could have possibly been. Jerd now in a 1v3. How have FaZe won that round? That is unbelievable. As close as it could have possibly come. Phil. I don't even believe it, Matt. I can't believe it. What was. Phil, I know, calm down. You may have just killed some of the headphone users. What a round from FaZe. 0.001 of a second to get that bomb down. And then to clean up the final kills. London have got to be kicking themselves right now. FaZe now. What does it feel? It's match point, Miles. For FaZe, if they win this one, we go to Domination. I know, Phil. I can't believe it. Quarantine is slowly making me lose my mind as I talk to myself in a room. But Waskins is going to push this one as far as he can possibly go with that snipe. Will we see that round 11? Nice opener here on the offense from London. Wow, it's an aggressive one. They have held back absolutely nothing but Simp with that snipe. Nice position of being, but Waskins, great job of the Observers team to catch that one. Priester now, he's making his way forward. Major Maniac on the charge. Dylan just slips right into that one now. Priester trying to find the kills through mid. This is a great move from Priester, though. If he can come up behind Waskin, which he's about to, he may be able to find something here. Waskin's made the read. You can hear those players just thumping around in the back of the wood there. Up high he goes. Waskin repositions, trying to find the kill here. Priester, this could work out for him in a big, big way. Or he could find another bullet from Waskin. Brilliant stuff. London now about to push this one. Celium in a 1 versus 4 situation. This is to push a last chance for London. There we go, friends. Round 11. This is it, baby. I know, Miles. Cannot wait. Unbelievable shots from Waskin there. Dylan there, he got killed. I thought, oh. Phil, calm down, mate. You're losing your mind, brother. You're losing your mind. Here we go. Big round 11 now. If Phil were here, what would he be saying? Something about sushi, mate. I don't know. I love this game. Here we go. Round 11. Time to leave absolutely everything on the marshy, snowy, muddy, dirty, smelly fields of Arklov Peak. Standout performances from Abizi, 12 and 8. Shawnee with brilliant presence in mid-map, that 10 and 7. What do we got now from FaZe on this final offensive round? And oh boy, it looks like they're going all in. Straight in towards B. Mid-map is going to be the battlefield. And here we go. Scraps with the nade up over the top. They have managed to infiltrate the bottom of the B building. They're in, dude. They've made their way in. And here we go, Jerd. Can he find an opening kill? That nade's going to work out in a big way. Oh, any more than one? No. EOD saves the day. The shots from Simp now going to force Jerd back into position here. And we're going to be seeing an absolute melee on point. He's got involved as well as he finds his first kill. The first blood as Scraps answers back. And this ambition from FaZe, it may have been a little too much. This scrappy play is not what they wanted. but we are going to see a slight breather. FaZe have stopped the bleeding for now. Dylan locks down the bottom of the B site. Dead silence play is going currently, as FaZe have fully committed to this one. Waskins is only watching the middle of the map. Dylan, patience indeed. He takes a few shots, but he may have just sealed the map there. Scraps reinforcing that position on bottom B. FaZe have got to go, and they have to go now. They're committing to this one. Simp sniping mid-map. What a shot that wasn't a Waskins. It's not over yet. Gonna grab the bomb, but is the defense there on site? Simp. The smoke comes through. London have got to play this very slowly. Major Maniac finds the kill. It's all down to Scraps. It's a 1v1. Matter of seconds now on the bomb. Scraps knowing he needs to push it. If he times this right, Major Maniac versus Scraps with the bomb down. For Major Maniac, this win would be tremendous. As he leaves the building, Scraps is now going to make his way straight onto the point, possibly, as we have got 30 seconds to make this work. Scraps, it looks like he has dead silence to play with as well, but he's going to creep crawl this one. As the next decision these players make will seal the map for them. And Major Maniac, he may have just done it! What a shot that was! Instead he won the race, and my, what a round of search that was. Absolute tears for London. But FaZe, they held it together. What work that really was. And I will say, I'm sure Phil is kicking himself. He sadly missed that one, but it's an incredible archive peak such as we just saw there. FaZe, they will be going up 2-0 in the series. Blimey. London will be kicking themselves truly, but honestly, what a search that was. Major Maniac, an absolute hero for the team in the end there. Beezy and Sim, individual performances aside, excellent stuff. Strategically, London looked to be there at times, but it just came down to those exceptional kills. Brilliant stuff, and you can see it on the faces of London. I mean, Waskins especially, Dylan's looking a little bit deflated at that point in time. Easy to get down on themselves, but I think for this team right now, early days to a degree, very first time we've seen this squad play in the CDL now with the addition of Shawnee, it had to be a little rocky. It had to be a little difficult, and the greatness is still there, the potential for such brilliance, but hey, wow, what a brilliant, and I mean truly brilliant, search and destroy that was. FaZe can hold their heads high as they go up 2-0 in this series. London can't be too disheartened, because we now roll into, I believe it's a domination on Hackney Yard. To take the 3-0 here, the best result FaZe will have had over the London Royal Ravens thus far in the COD League. And I will say, friends, what a true joy that one was. It was an exciting one. Again, not for the London fans, obviously, but and again, Phil has dropped out. His internet is completely gone. Sadly, the internet in his building is dissipated entirely, so I will now be solely your commentator for the remainder of the series until Phil comes back. So if you've never done a solo cast, I can assure you, friends, it's quite the experience. What a series we have in our hands. Far from over now for London, but at the same time, FaZe have just started to blow this one wide open. I believe I've got the clearance now to throw to a break. So friends, when we return after this quick commercial break, it's going to be the London Royal Ravens going to Atlanta FaZe, map number 3. Don't go anywhere.
Call of Duty League is brought to you by Metro by T-Mobile. Stay connected to what matters most with the best value in wireless. Scuff Gaming, the official controller of the Call of Duty League.
There we go, friends. The Army tactical play from the previous matchup. Of course, it had to go down to that round 11. An absolute stunning display from the Atlanta FaZe. Real determination in those final moments. Scraps does not check the bomb site in those final moments. He saw the clock was very, very close, and Major Maniac was able to get the bomb down in that right time. Now, watch the reposition here from Major Maniac. He sets himself up outside the front door of B. Instead of Scraps going in through the inside of the bomb site, and it does look like he has dead silence there. I'm not certain as to what happened there exactly. He just managed to grab it. Major Maniac repositions around the front, sets himself up for absolute victory there, and does manage to get the kill. And look who's back! Phil's back, friends! What an incredible series that was. Phil sadly missed that one. His internet did go out. But hey, mate, I had you covered. Not sure if we can hear him. But he is back. You can see him. Yeah. No. No, we're not certain if Phil's coming through loud and clear just yet. Phil, he's actually that way, I know, I realise. But, of course, Atlanta FaZe going up against the London Royal Ravens. We're now rolling into map number 3. And without a shadow of a doubt, this has been a humdinger so far. The first hard point, despite the incredible, spectacular performances from the individual FaZe members, and of course, Sint dropping 49 kills on Azir Cave. With us, with an MP5, no doubt. We talk about it being an M4 map, but he's really making work there. The London Royal Ravens kept that very respectable, I believe, 250 to 233. 6-5 in the Search and Destroy if you've just joined us. Man, that was a close one. Honestly, it could have gone either way at times. London had a very deep playbook. Spectacular snipes from both players, but still. This is going to be it, friends. We're on to the Domination. Let's have a quick look at our Domination top 5 players here in the CDL. Wouldn't be too surprised if Octane's still quite high on that one, but hey, we'll see how we go when the graphic comes on screen. Ah, there he is, 138. Octane's going nowhere of the Seattle Surge, but looky, 2 players there from Atlanta FaZe in the form of Simp and Selim at 133 apiece. Waskin as well there, sitting in a joint second place, also at 133. So I think we're in for a very interesting Domination when this one rolls round. And Slasher of the OGLA roster, we'll be seeing him play a little bit later on today. But until we get to that point, it is, of course, going to be this Domination match as we get into this one. And I believe Phil may still be out of action, friends. You will be having to listen to me meander and ramble through this one as we continue. When it comes to Hackney Yard, there's no doubt in my mind that FaZe have certainly got a storied and spectacular look here. But at the same time, London, home field advantage. We joke about it, but they do have solid records here. Here we go, boys and girls. This should be a fun one. Are you back, Phil? Well, let's hope Phil can be heard, and if he can't, well, that's the way the cookie crumbles. Let's get into this one, my friends. Well, it's going to be a solo cast from Mars into Domination. If you thought you heard it all, friends, you're about to hear, quite frankly, everything. As we get into an opening rip towards B. London is spawning on the favourable tyre shop side, the A flag side. As the battle for B ensues, Major Maniac, the hero of the Search and Destroy, finding a nice nade kill there to open this one up. As we continue to push in towards B. Atlanta with the numbers. We'll make our way towards that site. Priest trying to clear up front. The London reinforcements start to pour on through. We are going to be seeing slow now there. We're going to make neutral that B flag, try to get a slow capture now for FaZe. But what they're going to be doing is to actually look forward to that A flag. And this is it. Aggression, pure, ruthless, violence, speed, and very momentum-based gameplay as we're going to see them take A as well. A triple cap in the making right now for FaZe. And this is a very dangerous look for them. Waskin's now trying to bite back somewhat as they force themselves out of that green building spawn, just towards that top left-hand side of the screen right now. It's the very center north of the middle map. That's where London is going to be trapped for the time being, and this is a trip cap. Number 3, Dylan, has managed to make his way out and get himself onto B for the time being. Stops it for only a few brief seconds, but that map control is still being felt by FaZe. Can London now break themselves in towards that A site? As we do see a little bit of control for what I will say a brief moment, but keep that eye out for FaZe as they continue to keep this pressure on. London, they've got C flag now control, it's going for A as well, but watch FaZe's minimap. FaZe on the minimap, excuse me. Those red arrows are going to be flying around, desperately trying to get themselves.
Nice one,
battle into that point.
In P1, I think.
On, so you're going.
Catch him. Yep. Catch it. On. He dead. One more.
Back
Don't want me,
crease, boy.
I come in, my coming away.
You climbing, good. Me crease, Simp. Simps me crease.
Scarf.
Their door's gonna come in. Top L's good.
He's fine.
One's that? He's gonna come in their door.
Seen bottom L.
Top L dead.
Leave him see it. Split him, mate.
Push through.
That's gone green.
Make crate,
Dead. Crate, absolute Simp. He's going back to their side crease.
Backdoor close.
That's you.
Fire car, probably.
I spawn here.
Spawn there.
Cap that shit.
I agree.
I'm gonna go on it.
Top L dead.
Yeah,
Tires, going scuff drop, free on the scuff. Top L dead. I got you big crate, Cell.
Can you get it? In P1, Cell. You can't in AC.
Spawn mid.
Hit B.
I'm on right one till we get him.
I P3. The smoke dead. The smoke. P3 cross weak.
Right open by the way, Sean.
Top L.
It's the top
back door.
Bomb P1, top L. Bomb P1 dead. Nice good.
All things considered, London are fighting back valiantly. Scratch 4 and 10 is going to slow that one down. Position back in a very, very quick fashion. Watch the push though. On FaZe, at the top of the map, that's been slowed down. Shawnee, nice bit of work there on the flex with that MP5. And again, Shawnee, in the Black Ops 4 season, he had a very solid AI. He had a very, very solid ICR indeed. But his sword wasn't bad either. He's putting it to work here. Dylan trying to control B, but no, jump over the top. Police cuts him down, Scraps in control here. Lovely breather on a Celium, does get the kill as well. The BZ's down there next. A third for Matty Marshall now on that B flag. Lovely work from London to hold this one, and all things considered, this was a disgusting start from Atlanta, but now we are seeing the resurgence from London. Keep a hold of this, they'll be able to take the lead before the first half is all done, but they have to contest this very solid looking push now, starting to develop here from Atlanta FaZe. 2 members now crossing in towards bottom L. They're going to go for the break. Jerd, he will fall immediately. Scraps though, still on board with him, 7 and 10 as he calls his KD back, and here comes the push from FaZe. Big shots up again from Scraps, and he's not able to get the kill onto a BZ, but hey, it's all working out for them slowly but surely. Waskins holding down the bottom of the B side. Jerd back in a position, shots are there, he doesn't quite get the kill, and FaZe just keep going like waves crashing upon the rocks of London as they just hold this line admirably so well. FaZe have had to just slow this down. They're really unable to break through these choke points. Maybe a couple of smokes to try to sort of open those one up. And there's a smoke through mid. Simp going to be able to make the play now towards top AC. He makes the push. In he goes. Through the smoke, out through the back. But there's the read. Lovely from Dylan. Keeps the back end safe. As FaZe have just been stunted here. They have been held back. And London, the bullies, have stolen their lunch money in this first round. Even after the start where they really were held at a choke point there. And London are actually going to be going for a trip cap in the final 10 seconds just to slow this all down. There we go. The London Royal Ravens here on Hackney Yard have managed to take this first round from rags to riches. And I will say, it was not looking pretty for them. And if they can force another hard point, who knows, baby? Who knows? We get that double dose of Ramaza over this one. A lovely showing from London there. But again, for FaZe, now that they spawn on the A side, the favourable sides, as far as we're concerned in the domination here on Hackney Yard, what kind of advantage can they form? Right off the rip we go. Look for that push in towards B. Expect London to push from C flag all the way through the top end of the map. And here we go, number 1 and number 2. They're going to overextend as quickly as possible. It all falls down to Celium to try to find those kills. You can see his arrow being pushed back there. So the damage is being dealt. Number 1, right top of the minimap has pushed him back. And now we're seeing London try to find that opening through the middle. Celium, lovely reposition. And a beautiful kill there onto Shawnee. That's textbook defense right there. Holding down that right-hand flank, making sure no one pushes through green. And London will now struggle to find that opening to get in towards the A flag, while they continue to actually battle in towards B. Celium, quick reposition there, watching that broken green building. Now back towards middle. Lovely work from him again. 14 and 9. Celium Celebrators is one of the most successful and brilliant AR players in the Call of Duty League, and rightly so. He's doing a great bit of work here, but now Priester, what have you got with the MP5? Slips on through. Lovely work from Shawnee in immediate trade as London have managed to get back into B. watching the pinch now as the battle for B continues. Something I'm going to be saying a hell of a lot, friends, throughout the remainder of this round. But 4 minutes on the clock. London still in the driver's seat, still in control. Quick tip there onto C as we see a BZ just run to the flag. Give a quick in-game notification to London that they're losing the C flag. Something like, "We're losing C." And now back to B we go. Flight distraction, but London will take the bait. They are still spawning on that side of the map. But as long as they hold B, oh boy, full red kill feed. As everyone there on Atlanta managed to pick up their kills. Now we're pushing towards C, going back for that trip cap. This is what you want to be seeing from Atlanta. Big shots as mid-map is just dominated there by Simp. Ooh, almost managed to get the kill there on a Wuskin, but those slow and steady assault rifles. One half of the Marshall twins does what it can, and now Priest are clearing out the back of the forklift. Lovely nades from Scraps, and the pressure now being felt. Atlanta have started to tighten the grip around London. B in control. And again, the kills going the way of Atlanta. Here comes the break from London as they try to attack in towards the warehouse. Jerk them up high. Teammates now pushing for low. Just waiting for that perfect call. No more utility to throw at this fight in this life from Jerd, so he's going to have to get this done with his gun or his knife. Shawnee, straight on through to the point. Unfortunately, Simp there gets it done, and I believe that may have been with a pistol, but still, Jerd now picking up what he can. Can't get it done. Simp, once again, perfect positioning from the young man, Chris Lair. The shots are still there. Priest now finally being cut down, but the trade's on point. They're working out for Atlanta. Finally, the battle ends, and it is going to be Woska who wins it. Celium now comes in late. And it's just like the dripping of a tap right now. It's driving London insane, right on the tip of the forehead for FaZe. All they have to do is just keep this going, and they will be able to maintain the lead. They will be able to take it. Take it, I say. You know, they've actually, it's the boys. London have got the lead. Easy now on towards A. No Momo still, and I would be calling in for a Momo impersonation, but I know he's in the chat with me right now. I'm not sure if he's coming through on stream. Phil, do you want to do a quick test for us, brother? Oh no, there we go. Phil's, for anyone who's wondering, Phil has told me that he hates the impersonation I do of him. It's a caricature of the actual human being. But hey, I will say, FaZe have just managed to take the lead, Phil. Can you believe it? I'm not sure if this is a real turn or anything, but FaZe have just closed the doors on B. No, the warehouse is closed for business today. Thank you very much, London. We'll be having nothing of what you're selling. Back it on up. And the shots now from FaZe up high as they continue to just rip their way through the London offensive. There's nothing that London have been able to do to break in towards this B site for quite some time. I mean, this is a close map. This is a very, very close map. And for London, this is an absolute deal breaker. Celium with a 5th kill in a row. And the presence still being felt there by FaZe on B. And every time you think they've cracked it, they just haven't. They need to slow this down and make a push together as a squad. Major Maniac waits for the push, finds an easy kill. There's a second just to be had around the corner if he wants it, but Wuskin's going to have to slow this down, and again, all this time, it's just falling away from London. An exceptional first half from them, but the second half, they've not even shown up. It's been very, very difficult to make anything happen now. Jerd finds a lovely kill of 2 onto the point, but Simp answers back immediately. Onto B we go, not a chance. Abiz is in position. Wuskin's now finally able to get B. However, London are also on A as well. Is this the turning point they need, Phil? I think it's actually done, mate. What a turn this was. Atlanta in the second half come out swinging, look down A. They keep London pinned back the entire time, the final 30 seconds. And sadly, no Whitfield this time either, friends. It's your boy Miles all the way, but it was a 3-0 for Atlanta. As London in the dying moments managed to get a semblance of control there towards B, but they are not able to hold A for much longer. B goes quite quickly there into the hands of FaZe, and truly a sight to behold as Atlanta FaZe, a wounded animal after their loss in Los Angeles to the Minnesota Rocker. Now they come swinging back, more ferocious and more devastating than ever. Individual performances like you've not seen coming out of Chris Lair, of Simp in that first map. Real tenacity, real resolve in the search and destroy to come back from the brink. And really, the guts when it matters the most. To make the comeback after losing a very powerful first round here in the Domination. Atlanta FaZe, congratulations on that 3-0 over the London Ravens. And the crowd goes wild. Well, the Chicago home series is off to a beautiful start, friend. It's our first series wrapped, done and dusted. 3-0 for Atlanta. It was still extremely close, but a 3-0 is a 3-0 nonetheless. Atlanta still retain their solid record over London now. That's a 3-1 in the first time they met, and now a 3-0. For London, you can see on the faces of a lot of those players, it definitely hurt a little bit more than I think it should. They can still hold their heads high. That was a very competitive series against arguably one of the best teams in the league. But for FaZe, solid looks. If they've lost that one to London after making a roster change like that, I think that would be a much more dire situation for them to be in. But here are the stats, friends. And in the end of the day, it was a blowout there from FaZe in the second round. But the first half was all London's, and I'm still very, very impressed by the mere fact that FaZe managed to pull that one back again, getting the solid side of the second round. It really mattered more for them then. They were able to close up now. Extremely decisive hold there of the B site, or the B flag rather. They didn't let any funny business get through mid-map. They held down London at that green building, and they really identified the kills as and when they needed to. The push from London was just not there, in a very similar fashion to the way we saw London hold it in the first half. Brilliant, brilliant stuff nonetheless. Well, friends, that is the first series done. I can assure you the rest of the games won't be all solo casts, as Momo's got his internet back online, and we will get back into the games shortly. When we come back after this break, I do believe we have Seattle going up against the Los Angeles Guerrillas. Until then, get yourself a drink, put your feet up, and enjoy this commercial break. We'll be right back.